Strange Attractor. Basha Erland works very deeply with rivers all over the world. This would be south of Albuquerque on the Rio Grande, and this is one of her ice books where she does the writing with seeds, sets the ice book free in the river, and whatever happens, happens. Giving up control of the work to something bigger than she is. Nancy Moyer. Now we're going to talk about, Susan said, let's talk about Nancy. I said, okay. Let's talk about Nancy Moyer's work here, the bicameral face. And I think this, in terms of the Strange Attractor, and I thought about this, and I said, you know, Nancy really has a lot of control over what she's doing. She knows what she's doing, she does it, but the results, I think, are surprising. And I think this is where I have to expand my definition of the Strange Attractor to include Nancy's brain. And our minds as well. The way an artist, the first question we ask is, what if? What if I do this? What if I do that? What if I take a person's face, cut it in half, put the left sides together and then the right sides together? How do we respond to that? And I think that notion of the what if, the strange idea that we jump on and say, okay, I'm going to do it. I don't know what's going to happen. And I think that is what leads us to new places. Nancy Moyer is a jeweler, right? Metalsmith. And what the heck is she doing photography? Why not, right? Because you could get an art ticket, right? You could get a ticket for that. Excuse me, ma'am, you've been making photographs. What if? This is an image I did of that follows along that line. It's in Portland, Oregon right now to show. What if Narcissus, who's usually young and beautiful, what happens when he gets old and he's still standing in the water looking at himself? Kind of pathetic, actually, but what if? What if Lilith, figure from the Bible, what if she had a job and had to work? Candy Aguilar, he's a local artist, nice guy. I looked at some of his images and I tried to say, what about his work as a Strange Attractor? Because he's all over the place. His kind of representation and mark making is varied and really almost a pop sense. And then, but the way that he'll fasten a real object. So sometimes a context can be the Strange Attractor in the way we respond to something. In other words, I can see that it's a painting, but as soon as I see that he's actually stuck a physical object on his painting, that becomes the one out. The Bleeding Heart of Jesus, the Strange Attractor. Phil Renato, is it Renato now? Or is it Carizzi?
No, it's Renato.
It's Renato. Jeweler, metalsmith, teaching. Where is he teaching? He's from Tyler.
He's in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Grand Rapids, Michigan. He'll work with creating a situation in the computer where he 3D models his jewelry and then allows it to drop as if it's fluid within a digital environment. So it's not even in real space. So by creating gravity, what have you, then he allows those forces to take action on his work. Not quite a Strange Attractor because somebody has to pick the gravity, design the gravity, decide the physical qualities of the material within a digital space. And now we come to, my wife Donna just came back from China with 10 jewelers and metalsmiths, and Teresa Faris was one of these artists. Teresa Faris creates work, jewelry, metalsmithing, in collaboration with her bird. Are you familiar with her work? So my wife says she'll have a block of wood and she'll want to make a piece of art out of it. So rather than chopping away at it, she'll hand it to her bird and her bird will work on the piece of wood until it's done, and then it hands the block of wood back to Teresa. At one time, it handed it back to Teresa and then said, wait a minute, I'm not done. took it back, ate some more, and then gave it back. This is a strange attractor. This is something where Teresa gives over control of her artwork to somebody else. We'll go back to the slideshow, pick back up with one more, an image of Jenny Seville, the idea that the strange attractor could be in the observer. Like, what are those body parts doing together? Mernette Larson, what if? Once again, the Nancy Moyer question. What if? What if I turn 1 point perspective backwards? And rather than having the one single point the farthest away, what if I bring that point and make it the closest? This is a faculty meeting at the University of South Florida. We have a lot to do while we're sitting at faculty meetings. Certainly something that upsets a natural order of the way we're used to seeing artwork and experiencing art in the West. Here's another one of her images. The two students learning how to draw a cube. Strangely enough, when the rules are upset, what becomes most stable is the drawing of a cube in Renaissance perspective. That becomes the most stable object in the painting as opposed to the other. Now we're back.